The first exercise is an assisted single leg stance. This is used to enhance balance and static posture with limited weight bear, avoiding interfering with the fragile tissue healing of the PCL. To do this, space the pose equally away from your body so you are standing in the middle of them. They need to be a couple of centimeters in front of your feet. Then tense your core and maintain an upright and centered posture. Look straight ahead to promote balance. And slowly elevate the uninjured leg to approximately 90 degrees. Hold for 4 seconds per rep. Perform 4 reps and 2 sets during this stage. Now, this is an example of poor technique in an assisted single leg stance. The pose are placed too far in front of the body, which causes the trunk to tilt forward. The center of mass is displaced in front of the center of pressure, meaning stability is dependent on the pose rather than the body. Therefore, if the pose were removed out of this exercise, this person would lose balance. Compared to good technique, the trunk is vertically upright and centered. The center of mass is directly above the center of pressure, therefore suggesting stability should be maintained if the pose were to be removed. For our mid stage, we have a single leg stance. This is a progression on from the assisted single leg stance. This exercise reduces body and muscle imbalances and improves postural steadiness in a static position. Therefore, this exercise helps to rebalance the muscle capacity in the injured leg to its normal. Similar principles to the assisted single leg stance, however without the assistance. Position the feet close together, avoiding any sideways movement. Elevate the uninjured leg to approximately 90 degrees. Then hold this for 8 seconds per rep. Brace the core muscles to maintain an upright posture. And perform 4 reps and 4 sets during this stage of rehabilitation. This is an example of how not to perform a single leg stance. As you can see, the feet are spaced too far apart, resulting to a sideways movement to occur at the hips, which could displace balance as the center of mass moves. The next exercise is divers, which helps restore balance within dynamic movement. This activates the muscles of the lower extremities, but also activates the core muscles to maintain balance. You initiate this exercise by having your feet close together, preventing any sideways movement of the hip when the foot is elevated. Clasp the hands in front and together. Lift the foot off the ground. Slowly tilt the trunk forward slightly, stretching out the arms and the leg. Hold for 8 seconds. Perform this for 4 reps and 4 sets. This is a demonstration of inadequate technique in divers. In this example, too much effort is being applied. The trunk is tilted too far forward, causing the leg to lift up too high, which brings the weight of the body forward. Hence, more knee flexion is exhibited to compensate for this. Compared to adequate technique, the trunk is slightly tilted forward, but not excessively, as the body weight isn't exerted forward and the elevated leg isn't lifted too high. Thereby, the stance leg is extended at the knee rather than flexed. Our final exercise in the late stage of our rehabilitation plan, we have single leg wall sits. Single leg wall sits have been selected for this program due to the wall sits activate muscle groups of the lower extremities, such as the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calves, which are all key to strengthen when the PCL is injured. This helps the injured leg tissues to regain all the strength lost due to injury and return back to the norm. To begin this exercise, start in a normal wall sit position, clasping the hands out in front of you, then slowly elevate the uninjured leg to an equal level to the stance leg's thigh. Ensure the elevated leg is in extension at the knee. Ensure the stance knee and hip has at least 90 degrees of flexion. As the leg is drawn up, tense the core and the upper body muscles to avoid any sideways movements to occur in the trunk. Looking straight ahead will also assist in the maintenance of balance and keeping central. A common mistake made in a single leg wall sit is not a deep enough seat, meaning that the 90-degree knee and hip flexion is not achieved. Therefore, the elevated leg is raised higher than the stance leg, which results to ineffective activation of the muscle groups in the lower extremities. Compared to the correct technique, 90 degrees hip and knee flexion is achieved when the seat is at sufficient depth. Consequently, the muscle groups of the lower extremities can be effectively strengthened.